Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a new line of radio from Baofeng. This one was kindly supplied by Radio Oddity, and the new line is called Alervites. Comes in a nice fancy blue packaging. It's a set of two 70 Sims radios, and they advertise some form of digital and also off-grid messaging. So we'll take a look at the package, see what's in the box, and we'll go run through the software, and I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on this new line. So first off, we're greeted with this lovely new blue packaging, almost like a mobile phone, a Samsung or an iPhone. Nice fancy packaging, which is a good improvement on some of the brown clear boxes that we're used to. But package there, and in the package comes the set of two Alervites, greeted with a nice little AT2 manual. Very comprehensive as always, but we don't need that. Let's turn these around and take a look and see the bones of the thingamajigs. So we have two radios, and we have the batteries. So first impressions, very nice looking, very slim radio. Has a PTT here on the side, up and down keys, and the placement for the screen is taken over with a nice clicky button. We have a power switch on the top, rotary encoder, I assume, for channels, and then we can take off the back just like so, fit in the battery, am I putting it? No, put it in the rock. Okay. So battery wise, we're greeted with model YTBL AT2. It's 3.7 volts. And as mentioned in previous videos, the capacity 2200 milliamp hours. Very fine batteries these companies are supplying nowadays. And rated power is 8.14 watt hours. Charge limit voltage is 4.2 volts. So we'll slide that in there. Nice and easy to put together. Oh, nice hefty click. So there we are, the Alervites. What else do we get here? Okay, so we have USB type C charger with two. Has two on the end. Two antennas, two belt clips, and a wall wart. And we'll move these out of the way and we'll see how this goes together. So we have a non-standard type fitting, very similar to Motorola, but much smaller, but this similar kind. And it screws relatively decent there, and holds quite firm. Power on switch, press and hold the top. Transmit, a few LEDs on the front. I must say it's a very light radio, very light, and I'm going to imagine that it's not very waterproof, but it feels good in the hand. It feels nice and light. feels decent enough for kids or family members to carry this away without many issues.
Digital 15 16.
I think it's in the news Monday night on the Shannon base in Dock. Club TKR and the Mayo group will do their news. Probably Sunday night and Monday night. Be returning. Yeah, thanks for that. I'm familiar with the news here. I've been listening for the last number of years. Listening there, and I'm familiar with Shawnee's voice there, and I'm hoping he's doing well at the minute. Yeah, I think the Shannon Basin, I think, are connected to us here in Galway as well. I know the Galway GREC, the Galway Radio Club here, does the news out on a Monday night as well at 8 o'clock. So yeah, I've been listening there, and actually was on once or twice with the club call sign with the lads there. So yeah, all is good. Yeah, but looking forward to the news again tomorrow, and the week's going to be. It's always good.
So I have it on channel 17. We'll have a look and see how I'm getting through the node and what it sounds like. So 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1 EI3 GAB test.
1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1 EI3 GAB test.
So the way they operate the menu on the Alervites, firstly you just check that you're on and in channel mode.
19.
So we're in channel mode. And then what you do is you press and hold the minus on the volume switch. So by pressing this,
Low power.
you're going to low power, and then if you turn
Battery
this,
high.
it'll say battery high,
Memory channel.
memory channels,
Scan on.
scan, turn it on or off.
Bluetooth off.
So the Bluetooth is currently off, and now we want to turn the Bluetooth on in order to program it. So what we do is we press again on the down, and we turn,
Bluetooth on.
and the little blue indicator here, or Bluetooth indicator, is now lighting. So when you're in this position, we jump across then onto the Ola app. So jumping across onto the Ola app, you click on the model that you want to get connected to, and you're greeted with a screen here. So you have your Bluetooth control, read and write frequency, offline communications, and smart link. So what we're looking for is read and write frequency on this one. So we click and go ahead. And as you can see, we've already entered some frequencies. We modify them, and these are all your channels laid out in front of you. And click on the switch list, and then you can edit the channels as you go through them. And as you can see, I've already added quite a few simplex and a few repeater frequencies there for myself. And so we'll say channel 18, we'll jump into that one. You can put any channel note that you'd like to put. So if you're making a channel note, you can type it in here. Next then you would add your frequency, your transmit frequency. You can add any receive CTCSS or transmit CTCSS, your bandwidth, add it to the scan list if you like, and then you click next. Now when you're ready to write the frequency, click on this little X, click write to device, and it'll give you a little countdown here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you agree, and it should go off and should write your new frequencies into the set. So that's it. Basic programming from the mobile Ola app, straight across via Bluetooth onto your AT2. No messing around, nice and simple. So some of the other features that we have here in the Ola app, you have full Bluetooth control and also a smart link. So if you activate the smart link, what you can do is you can turn it on here, and you can click on wireless PTT, PTT settings, and we will assign Zello PTT, and then click confirm, and we go to connect, and then you select your AT2, and once she's connected, the front switch becomes the PTT for your Zello. So you can have your Zello app coming from your phone through the handset of the Alervites AT2. You can also control the channels via your phone. So you can channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And another feature that we have here is the offline communications. So the way this works is that it uses your mobile phone to collect the coordinates, and you can then send them, but you don't need to be connected to the internet on your handset. You set them in the app here, and we just type a little message. Hi, how are you getting on? Click send. So it sends from the app without being connected to the internet. So the AT2 automatically transmits whatever is in the app screen to the other set. And the other set is connected to its user's telephone, and you receive the message directly from the radio, which is a pretty handy feature. No internet in between. It goes from the app via Bluetooth to the radio, and then the radio transmits straight out. So there we have it, the Alervites AT2 from Baofeng. What do I think of it? I think it's a pretty decent set. As I said, it's light, it's comfortable to hold, and it's pretty user-friendly now, to be fair to it. The Bluetooth is very, very easy, as I demonstrated. Very nice to put your channels in, and the off-grid messaging service works pretty good too. So if you're out camping or doing a fox hunt, or you had some reason that you had to give your location to each user, I can see a use for that, and it works fantastic. I mean, you don't need the internet. The radio will automatically send out the signal, and being that one person or 5 people in the group, every radio on the same frequency will receive those coordinates. So I think out hiking, it's a good feature to have. So we just have to address the elephant in the room, really, and that's the digital side. The digital side, it works very, very well. There's a digital noise reduction and also a digital signal. Now, Baofeng in the Alervites line, they're using DMR, but unfortunately they're using their own proprietary codec. I can't understand why they've gone for a completely different codec. If they would have put AMB into this set, it would have made it more user-friendly for others in the group that are using a different radio, be it a Baofeng, a Yaesu, or whatever. If they had the codec as standard, it would be better. But as it goes, if you have a set of these radios together, they're going to communicate backwards and forwards. Now, I do see a lot of comments online in regards to the digital on this. A lot of people are uncertain as to whether it's legal or not in the ham radio license. Now, my understanding is that the codec doesn't have to be AMB. They can use any codec that they like in DMR, but they must not be obscuring the transmission. So the fact that anybody can go off and buy these sets, you're not hiding anything. You're not encoding the signal. you're basically using another codec. It's the very same thing as if I had a D-Star radio and another ham was trying to listen to me on his DMR radio. He's not going to hear that transmission because it's a different style, a different type of codec. So the legalities, I think, we're okay on, but you'd have to dig deeper in to your own license in your own country to figure out, you know, is that the case? The value is there. I mean, you're getting 2 radios in the box. You get the chargers, the belt clips, etc. It's not coming in overpriced, you know. It's coming in at $65. I have a link there in the description. Take 15% off. So I mean, if it's something that scratches your itch, go for it. You know, it's another radio to play around with. They're very light, very user friendly. I figured if the main operator sets a frequency, people are not going to be able to change the channels because it'd be locked to 1 or locked to 3, or you know what I mean. So I think all in, it's a decent set for the money, and the fact, you know, that it's got the off-grid messaging, a few bells and whistles. It's not really a bad set. So the Zello feature is quite handy, but it's only in beta stage at the moment, and I found that, you know, occasionally it drops the PTT, and you know, you have to go back to your handset. So I think there's a little bit more work to be done on that side. But activating Siri, or if you wanted to speak to Google and get your phone to come through the handset, it's a nice feature. So if I had advice to give to Radio Oddity and Baofeng, I would look at getting a firmware update for this one if it's possible, and changing the proprietary codec so that it's more user friendly and it's more standardized. I think that's the only feature really that's been questioned. The radio itself is good value, it's a decent size, it works well, but the questions are always going to come back as to the legality side of the DMR or the digital. So yeah, that's my only recommendation to the techs there in Baofeng. Get this firmware updated and standardize it. I think that would be the better option. So that's my thoughts and opinions. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate the like. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.